Okay, but what do you mean involved? Is Jody always involved?
Not.
So,
Or unless she's the facilitator.
Mark, Chandler's in my office playing chess with Leo. So he instructed me to tell you where he was.
all right.
He knew if he came, you'd have to stay.
He doesn't know that he's missing out on Friday, so.
All right. So,
Too bad.
so what's the current disciplinary thing? Has anybody ever been in trouble? What happens when you're in trouble?
These ones are.
You got it?
You got this. Who's
Take it
there?
away.
What do you mean, like the administrative that are in the room?
Yeah. Who all was in the room? Basically.
Well, usually it's Jody, Eric, and the principal, but I mean,
Because we're having one right now.
I think the rule is that they have to have like 3 administrative people in there, just so that, you know, like, someone doesn't falsely accuse anyone of anything, or
Okay.
stuff like
So,
that.
I'm not sure that that's true for minor offenses, but it's certainly true for big deal things. Now, if you are going to replace that with an RP circle, who's there now? Is it 3 administrators and the accused?
The victims.
No, it's probably like
Who should it be?
your guidance counselor, your TA,
Okay.
The victims.
Yeah,
The
probably the
victims?
person who.
yeah.
Okay. If there were victims, okay. Um,
Or like if you're like acting in a class, like the teacher would be the victim.
Teacher, okay. How about student representatives? Should there be student permanent representatives on one of these things?
It depends what kind of short board you're doing. Oh no, that's not true.
Or what you did.
Well, it depends like if they need a outside, like who they need.
Fine.
They need like an outside point of view. I don't know.
So, but that's the one that, when they showed us the movie, they were showing a circle that had a bunch of sort of permanent people on it, like a social worker and a rehabilitation counselor.
Was
And,
this when people were trying to solve problems?
yeah, they were trying to solve problems, like, criminal type problems. And, but there were these permanent people who were always on the circle.
So I'm working on applying to be a review panel member for Washington County Court Diversion. So that's basically what it is. It's restorative justice for like actual criminal offenses, and the county prosecutor can like divert the case, and then they fulfill a contract that they come up with the people that are there, and then if they do that, the case will get dismissed and they get any record or anything. And so there's like there's in the meeting there's the accused, there's their case manager. Sometimes, I think most of the time the victims are invited, but sometimes they'll come, and I think they're working on getting the victims involved more. And then volunteers from the community. And then those are the people that like have a discussion and make the contract.
Okay. Robin, what
I'm
do
just
you,
looking for one with a key.
Kathy has them all, but basically black is carbon and white is hydrogen and red is oxygen. That's how you use it.
Sorry, didn't trade.
No problem. So, if you're gonna be part of that, what's your role in this?
I'd be one of the volunteers, so they let you read over the case summary, and then you're there for a meeting, and we ask the person the participant questions about what they did and why they did it, and we ask them, and then we like make a contract with them, so you can choose to pretty much ask a question whenever you want, or like say something or suggest a contract condition, and it's not really like you have more. It's not really like you have power. It's just a discussion, and you all pretty much everyone has to be in consensus about it and agree, and so it's not like we're coming up with a punishment. We're all agreeing on what they can do to make up for the harm.
So what do you guys think about that? Is that better than the typical court system?
In certain cases, probably. I think that would probably be more helpful.
So what kind of crimes would you think would be appropriate for that?
Probably like drug use or not like murder.
Minor offenses.
So misdemeanors instead of felonies, that sort of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the cases are stuff like retail theft, and there's stuff like drugs. I've sat in on 2 cases. One was retail theft, one was possession of stolen property. I can't say very much, but
Yeah.
and I think it's usually like I said, it's up to the county prosecutors and decide if the case wants to be diverted, or sometimes I think there's other ways for it to get diverted, but it's usually small stuff, and it's for people who aren't like repeated offenders and maybe they slipped up, and it would be really harmful for them to have a charge on their criminal record, and it can be a lot more helpful than a case like a sentence that a judge gives, because they have input, so it will be something that's more meaningful to them, and that could help them steer their life back on track. Often, if they do something like community service, it's less of like, if you get like assigned like 20 hours of community service because you like stole like some earbuds from Radio Shack, it might be more of, you might have a view on community service as like it's just a bad thing and it's a punishment, but if it's something that's meaningful to you, that you care about, you can see it as like that's a way to give back to the community, especially if you do something.
Okay. So Chandler, we're talking about RP circles, because what these guys did was they got some RP circle training.
I'll meet you next game.
Having an RP circle about RP circles.
You're right, and the idea is that RP circles may become the disciplinary model for the school. Yeah, that's what these are.
Can I chime in here?
Yeah.
Just the thing about RP circles and about what we're doing now, and they told us about the fair process thing, where they tell you what it is and how it works and their expectations, and they're not really doing that for us, like to implement RP circles. So I feel like that's why everybody has such a negative view on it. They're not telling people what it is and why we're doing it. They're not going through the fair process thing that restorative practice is about, or one of it. But wait, where are you doing this, Sammy? Like, where are they implementing fair practice? I mean, restorative practice?
Washington County, just like for any criminal case, it can be diverted. Well, usually small ones.
So
How long have
is
they been
this
doing it?
is this physically done at the courthouse?
No, it's a separate building, and it's like, I think it's a nonprofit. I don't know if it's like, I think, I'm not exactly sure how, like, what kind of entity it is. Like, I think they receive like government funding or whatever, and I think they're involved in like the attorney general kind of stuff.
Right. Why could it be good from the state point of view? Somebody else, why might the state be motivated to do this as opposed to straight court stuff?
Well, if it
But yeah,
works,
so with the prisons.
right, if it works for someone, it might encourage them to not do a crime again, and also, yeah, police officers.
Right, so, yeah, it's,
There's a term for it. There's like something versus something, like basically we're putting people in jail versus programs that help them become
right.
better members of society.
Supposedly, jails have those programs, but they are not known to be very effective. So, what are we using RP circles for in schools right at the moment? I mean, we were talking about maybe down the line using them for discipline. What are we using them for in just like TA meetings and stuff? Like you guys aren't in trouble. What's that? Feedback on,
Like, we've had, I don't know, I think like once or twice we've had like RP circles about like certain school related things. Didn't we have an RP circle on like the use of callback or something?
yeah. I mean,
Like
just
stuff
to
like
get,
that.
right, to get your opinions about things.
And there was one for like the when the Harwood students were killed.
Right. Just how to deal with that.
Can we do a fun question? Like go around and just like, just for fun, so people don't get as much.
So, you wanna come up with a fun question?
What's your favorite color?
What's your favorite meme?
Really?
It has to be more creative.
Are you going to the basketball game tonight? How about that
Yeah,
one?
7 o'clock.
But it's
everybody-
not a yes or no.
Everybody's being there.
What's your favorite meme?
Did you come? Have you been to a basketball game yet? You ever been to a basketball game?
I'm not.
In the U.S., you gotta come tonight.
No.
You gotta see a U.S. basketball game.
You didn't.
If you could own your own restaurant, what would the name be? And
Oh,
what
I've
kind
got
of
this
food
all figured
would you
out.
serve? Okay.
He's going first.
Okay, Trevor.
Okay, Trevor.
I'll go first, okay. The restaurant would be called Life's Too Short and You Eat Dessert First.
That's so funny.
Mark, can I have the keys to the ski locker room? 'Cause that's
Mark's so popular.
Can I have the car key?
And wait, let's go around in a circle. We can
Chandler, you next.
Ken's next. We're doing
Mackenzie.
counterclockwise.
Apparently.
I have no idea.
We'll come back to you.
I think
Yeah.
we should have a
You-
more
An
relatable
easier question.
Like if you could travel anywhere in the world.
Or something personal,
something
like
along
about our
those
break.
lines.
Well, we can do it. We can do another question too.
If you could change one thing about the school.
That's cool.
Okay, you guys, if you wanted a different question, that's okay. But like, let's just go with one. Like,
What's your favorite element on the TV?
No, how about this? If you could add your own class to school, what would it be?
Yeah,
why
that's a
was it
good
my
one.
question? Am I not good enough for you, Chandler?
Your question was hard.
Your question is very hard for people.
I didn't know what a question.
So,
Can I revise
A
it?
restaurant.
how about let's have somebody else who hasn't spoken up yet come up with something.
Jaden.
Jaden, what would you ask for a question?
I don't know.
I can't think of one on the spot.
We should change it.
Maybe here real quick.
If you could add a school.
Okay, let's do
What one?
Chandler vote.
What am I doing?
What's your question?
If you could add any
Class.
class.
Oh, if you
to
could add
school,
any
what
class
would it
to school, what would it be?
Okay. Just point a direction. Where do you want to start?
This one.
Okay.
I think, yeah, you go then.
I'll go.
Yeah, it's your question.
It's your question.
We'll do like. If you could add any. Okay, so if I could add any class to school, I'd probably add, you know, like a. Probably like, you know. If it could be in school, like not don't have to go to Spalding and stuff like that. I'd probably have, you know, at least like some such type of apprenticeship type class where you go and you'd be an apprentice for somebody who is doing a certain job.
Okay.
I think it might be nice to add either meme theory or outdoor survival.
I think if I could revise a class, I would make yoga count as a PE credit. But also, I mean, if I had to add one, I would just make up some sort of alternative PE credit class that is not strength or adventure based, whatever.
Like what?
I don't know, yoga too.
I think some kind of Harry Potter class, like or something.
I think like kind of what's already going on and like some callbacks or like the restorative practice thing, just like some class that's about like coming up with new ideas to improve the school and stuff. Like, cause there's like programs like that. There's like student council and there's like bridging the gap. But like I think like some class that were like that was like the purpose would be kind of cool. And just more language classes like Latin or ASL and stuff.
I like Sam's idea of an outdoor survival class, and I just kind of think our school should have more animals in it.
Yes.
Yeah, we have like
Therapy dogs.
a
Yeah.
zoology class.
That would be pretty sweet. I think I would add a practical class on alternative energy. That's kind of the future. Is, you know, how do you install a solar panel and you know, what are the economics of it? Does it make sense to do it? That sort of
Practical wires.
I agree with Simon and Jaden first. That's what I would do. I would add a linguistics class for like the study of languages and how they change and evolve and other stuff.
Study languages rather than learning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
study
Well,
of languages in general.
It would probably involve learning about like language.
Yeah, learning
too,
is-
Yeah, yeah.
I would probably do like some kind of child care class.
I would add a class that focuses on the identification of trees.
You should talk to Adam. Adam Blatchley. He's into trees.
so is Trevor actually.
She hasn't taught me anything about trees.
Are you doing a
You
branching
just
out
like half
program?
drawn them, done half.
Branching out.
You said that's cute.
Cute. So where are you guys right now, since you're halfway through your junior year, where are you right now on your next step? Is the school giving you enough support? Are you ready to get out of here and move on? Are you terrified of getting out of here and moving on? Where are you with all this? Let's go with this direction first.
Can come in the direction.
Okay.
Or come back to me.
I'm just ready to get out of here.
And do
The military.
the military, okay. I know that.
Yeah. So what's the question?
Where are you with respect to the next step beyond high school? Are you ready to move on right now? Are you terrified of moving on, or is the
school supported you enough? Do you know what you want to do next? Where are you?
I mean, I feel like I'll be ready to move on, but like I'm not right now. I know I know what I'm probably going to want to study. There'd be like linguistics or theater, some combination of the two. But yeah, it's not entirely.
Yeah, I feel the same exact way. Like, I'm not exactly ready at this second, but I feel like I have enough time to get myself together. And, I mean, I don't feel like the school is like super supportive, but I know if I have questions or need like, I don't know, helping hand, I can always go to my counselor or something.
I feel like if I took it seriously, I'd be in a good position. But like they offer like all these like college things and whatnot, but I just don't really pay attention to those. I'm not really interested in.
So do you know what your next step is going to be?
As far as
Like after you graduate, I'm assuming you
going to college for something.
Tree identification.
Tree identification, most likely.
I don't know. I think I'm ready. I guess kind of ready. I mean, I know what I want to do, so I kind of know what I'm gist of what I'm doing. So, yeah, I guess I'm ready.
I know that if I need help, there's like some good resources in the school, but I'm also kind of like so caught up with like what I'm doing now with like school and everything that I haven't really had like a lot of time to start like researching about colleges and stuff, which is something that I should probably start doing soon. I'm kind of excited to like get out and like learn some stuff in college and experience some stuff outside of like what I know now. But yeah, I kind of have to get in the game and start finding out some good programs that I could potentially go into after high school.
Yeah, I totally agree with Sam. Like, I feel like I could get there. I'm going to obviously get to where I need to go eventually, but I feel like I'm so busy right now with all of my schoolwork that I haven't had any time to think about it really. And so I think over the break I'm gonna actually start looking at colleges. So.
I'm not sure I'm completely ready yet, but I still have time to figure out how to and what to do.
I think I know what I pretty much want to do, but like Sam and Anna were saying, I feel like I have supported the school with like the college fairs and my counselors I can go to, but I feel like I'm so overloaded with work and my other commitments that I don't have time to look into colleges and plan visits and look ahead. So
where do you work?
What?
Where do you work?
With all my, I don't, what, how, I don't,
I thought
what did I say?
you said
But-
work. I felt like you like had a job.
Oh, well, all my homework.
Yeah.
And I mean, I assist in classes in dance studio, talk about his work.
You get paid.
Well, yeah, I mean, I get credit for class. So. I mean, in that sense, because there's so much homework and stuff to do academically, I feel unsupported in that sense because they're not. I feel like there could be a class for like where you just like focus on like working on what you're gonna do and like getting on all that stuff.
It's true. How about you?
too much support from the school, but that may change next year when college comes closer. Yeah, I'm okay with it right now because I'm not too worried about it. But
What's the VSAC?
well, I'm in this. Anna and I are in this VSAT group where they help you like learn about college and decide help you decide which college you want to go to.
And help you figure out the finances and stuff.
Yeah.
What's
We meet-
VSAC stand for?
Vermont
Student Assistance Corporation.
So one thing that I'm doing right now is I'm taking a class like you described that is about getting recertified for national board. It's the class is just working on getting recertified for national board. And so the idea of having a high school class for how to prepare for college does make some sense, because next year you guys are going to be, some of you are going to be in AP classes and some of you are going to be in really hard classes, and I don't know if you're going to have a whole lot more time, but suddenly all this stuff has to be done. And so all those college essays have to be written, all those applications have to be filled out. Some classes help, like isn't there Expo or something that helps you write college essays?
Yeah, but it also gives you so much work that you don't really have time to do anything else with your life.
Yeah.
So anyway, my concern is that you'll get to next year and you will be just as busy or busier, and suddenly you have to do this and you'll all be freaking out. So my suggestion is maybe this summer start some of this. What do you guys feel about gap years?
I'm taking one.
Who's taking one?
I was thinking about taking one, but then someone told me, oh, you're just saying that, but once you get to it, you're not going to end up going to college.
I would rather just get it out of the way. Not deal with it.
I want to go right
College? Get
I've already
college
told
out
you
of the
guys.
way?
Wouldn't it be funny if you
Yeah.
took a gap year and then...
What?
It's not supposed to be
Gap year
something you
'cause
get
I
out of the way.
It is something to
Why
get.
are you-
It's a literal gap year.
Exactly what I said that I wanted a class for.
I've heard the same thing, that you sort of
Sorry,
lose
I wasn't-
motivation during a gap year. Obviously it's a year without school, so you sort of like get out of practice.
I've also heard that it like makes people more successful. I feel like
Yeah, well it depends. I mean, if you're working during the whole gap year and like keeping up with
Yeah.
your like education,
Or
then-
they can invest in their applications more.
Right.
My brother took a gap year since, and that he went to college for a year and then decided he didn't really know why he was doing all this. And so he wasn't much of a student at the time. He went and worked construction for a year in Texas and decided that was not the way he wanted to spend his life. And went back and became an excellent student and went on to law school and stuff. So they can reshape you. I remember a student I had that went on a gap year. 8 years later, she's still on a gap year.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a really individual thing. Like it can be good for some people, it can be bad, and it just depends where you want to go and what you want to do.
So during your gap year, you're thinking of an apprenticeship? Is that?
Yeah, I already am. I've already like got it set up and everything. And I'm already like halfway doing it.
So if an apprenticeship is what you want, why would you go back to school after that?
Because because I want to go to school for business, so I can at least understand and get to know more about the business and like me taking over or me